facets.
Okay.
Pray for
We got it.
pray.
No, I'm praying for you. We got it. I'm easy. So however we do it, we roll, we roll.
All right. So tonight on Black Girl Tired Book Talk, we are sitting down with a woman whose pen bleeds passion, introspection, and the soft yet thundering heartbeat of Black love. Tiye Love. That's how you say her name, Ty, right?
Yes.
Because I fuck up a
And
name in a
that's
heartbeat.
correct. No, you said it correct. That's exactly
All
correct.
right. Tiye Love didn't begin as an author. She began as a curious little girl sneaking forbidden romance novels from her grandmother's bedside table, not knowing what half the words meant, but absolutely knowing that something in those pages called to her. Those early peaks blossomed into a lifelong love affair with stories. Libraries became sanctuaries, bookstores felt like destiny, and the corner coffee cafe served as both muse and hideaway. Fast forward, and now she's not only the one turning pages, she's the one creating them with books that breathe cityscapes for like New Orleans, Washington D.C., and Houston into her characters. Tiye Love writes worlds where flawed humans ache, break, rebuild, and most importantly, love. When she's not crafting narratives or managing her business, you'll find her surrounded by family and friends, savoring the quiet, precious moments that remind her what love looks like in real time. Tiye Love is not just writing romance. She's writing legacy, one black heartbeat, one healed soul, and one unforgettable character at a time. Whew,
What?
Jesus. Whew,
What? What? Like who wrote that? Like I'm like, who wrote
me.
that?
I
You
write my
killed
own
it.
intros.
You killed it. I'm sitting here like I'm probably like, wait a minute, you might have to give me that. I don't have to
You
use it.
you're not the first person who said that. Yeah, I when I do y'all intros, I really dig into what y'all be talking about. I have to read y'all
Oh
book
man.
because
That
I
no,
want
that
to make sure that I
that
do y'all
is
justice on these interviews.
man. I told you that when you sent me that invite, I never had an invite that was that good. So yes, I'm hearing the
Oh,
intro.
thank you.
Yes, yeah, people who just be like, "Hey, would you like to be on my show?" Sure. And you
I
had this very nice. I was like, that was cool. And then this intro, what
yeah,
they say,
I
chef's kiss.
I feel like you as an author are giving us a gift in the book community.
Thank
And
you.
I respect it so much that I feel like I need to give you respect when I say, hey, do you want to come onto my show? But let me tell you about my show. I don't
Yeah.
want you to just come onto a show and I'm not doing my due diligence telling you what I'm going to be talking to you about or how you can see my show and decide if that's something you want to do. So that's you know just out of respect. I respect authors, you know what I'm saying, so that's why I do that.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So yes, thank you. Thank
You
you.
are
Now I'm gonna be
welcome.
smiling the rest of the night. I'm gonna be smiling the rest of the night. Thank you.
Don't make me laugh too much. All right, so what made romance the ideal writing cushion for you to start your author journey? Was it nostalgia from those first forbidden peaks, or did romance give you something emotionally that other genres simply just couldn't do?
That's a wonderful question. Couple of ones. One is like when I did sneak and read my grandmother's book, um, my grandmother, my grandmother, used to be the biggest romantic. She was such a romantic. And I remember that. Like she just wanted all her children to have this great love story. One, it came from her in terms of just being liking romance, but for myself, what made me start, I end up getting, and I said this a couple of times, end up getting a text I did not expect one Valentine's morning. It was like the very first text. It was like 8 o'clock in the morning. I was like, didn't expect that text. And I had so much like I need to get this, whatever emotions I had about that text, I needed to get it out.
Yeah.
And I started writing
Aw.
and
So,
kept going.
what does love look like through the eyes of Ty Love? Like, not the textbook love,
Yeah.
not the Disney love,
Yes.
but your version formed from lived experience, culture, joy, wounds, and want. What is Ty Love's love look like?
Phew, it's like a loaded question. Um, that's a loaded question. I would say for me, practical love, like just caring for me, just knowing when two people just care for each other, help each other out there through the thick and thin.
Mm,
Not just saying it, but really meaning it. Friendship being the base of it, that we actually like each other. Because I think people fall in love, but they don't really like each other. And they don't realize
mm,
that until it's too late. When they're like, because you get caught up in the lust, you get caught up in the chemistry. But then at the end of the day, do we like each other? I should be able to talk to you like I talk to my best friend. Like we should be able to chill and hang like I'm hanging with my girls. And
yeah.
and if we can't do that, then why would I want to spend my life with you? So
Mm,
for me, when I think about it, I'm more like practical. You don't have to do the romance stuff. It is just that you care about me. I think one of the sweetest things that my ex, he's my ex now, but that he did for me was we were just running around the city like busy, just doing stuff, and I had to travel. And we never like we just got so busy we didn't get a chance to eat. And we and I had a long distance relationship at the time,
mm,
and we were just running around. And he was like, "I'm so sorry, you're not gonna be able to." Like I literally was that late that I was gonna have to run through the airport, get on the flight with no food, unless got on the airport with food. And
yeah.
as he helping me, get the bag and stuff out the car. I don't know where he got this from. He pulled out a sandwich from Subway. I don't even know. And it was like, he was like, here you go. And I remember thinking, it was like, I don't know at what point did he disappear and get a sandwich? I don't know. But I remember thinking like he did not want me to get on that plane without something.
Yeah.
And it was something minor, but that stuck with me.
Yeah.
That stuck with me and like, he was just like, I just didn't want you to be on that plane hungry. And I
Mm,
was just like, oh. And I know it's not a big deal, but for me, that was like, he was really thinking like that. Because I really was like, wasn't even that. I was like, I'll figure it out. Just let me go. I gotta go.
it's like the act of service without
Yes.
intentionally doing it, just
Yes.
knowing.
Yes.
So the world often sees love in binaries, black, white, good, bad, worthy, unworthy. Black love has been stereotyped and minimized and diluted even.
Yes.
What does your writing reclaim, redefine, or reveal about what is beautiful and powerful about Black love, especially the love for a Black woman?
Oof. You are hit. Okay. Okay. You're like, I need like I need a processing time. I love these questions though. These are very good questions. It's like, okay, I need to go sit down and reflect. What um what I will say is that I think there's such a negativity about black love out there. I do. I know that there, even though I myself am single, I still believe in love. I still believe in people can have good. I've seen people with good marriages. I've seen people in good relationships. I've seen some very good black men. And
Mm,
so for me, when I write these stories, I want to remind people that that there's still good black love,
yeah.
that there are people who really love each other, want to be together, want to rock together.
Uh-huh.
Um, and that black women deserve love, all sizes, shapes, flaws. Like when I wrote This Side of Beautiful, it really was about, even when this woman at bipolar, even when she drives you crazy, at the end of the day, we all have flaws and we deserve to be loved, regardless of those
Yeah.
flaws.
Absolutely. And let's talk about being a Black female romance author, because even though people try to say it's just being an author, being Black is political, being an
Yes,
author is radical.
yes,
So therefore you're more than just a Black female author. So as a Black woman writing romance, how do you navigate an industry that often expects our pain before our pleasure and our
yes.
struggle before our softness?
Yes. That's a good question. I'm just gonna keep saying it because you're just killing it with the questions. But you really are. What I will
Pick
say,
it up.
that's one of the things that before I even started writing romance, I always watched romance, love romance. I read all kind of genres, but in
Mm,
terms of just watching and enjoying it, it was this is how they portray black people, at least to me, unless it was a black director who wrote a black romance, back
Yeah,
like Love Jones or Love and Basketball.
yeah.
Um, Either black people didn't have they weren't sexual beings, they were like the side characters with no kind of
Mm,
sex, no kind of romance, or they were already settled married people, so that you really didn't see their journey. So even if they showed a black couple, I'm
mm,
saying like in mainstream movies or whatever, they were all so you didn't know their struggle, or they showed them having a wedding ring, they're already married. So it's
yeah,
like our humanity didn't matter. Like our love stories didn't matter. So when
that's
we oh yeah, go ahead.
no. I was gonna say that's true. Now that I think about it.
Yeah. It was like if there's hardly any mainstream movies that just show a journey of a black couple being in love. It has to be like a director is black or somebody is black. It's like their stories, everybody's stories, but our story is just our story.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so as a black woman that is writing, I always have to be mindful of what I'm putting out there.
Mm,
And I try to be realistic with that. I don't use the N word a lot, even though I do use it if that's what the character would say. But I try not to use it a lot because I really honestly want us to get away from it.
mm.
And but I know like my closest friends, this is what they say. So it's like they're just how that's how we talk. And so that's why I have a mixture. I try, like I say, if it's realistic for that character, I'm gonna use it. And I'm not gonna just insert it just because I think that's how black people talk. It's just more or
Yeah,
less like would that character say that? And if he would or she would, then I'm gonna use it. And if they don't, they don't. So for
that's all.
me, I'm always like careful of how am I presenting this black woman, how I'm presenting this black
Mm.
man, how I'm presenting these black children, because I do want realistic love stories. And I mean realistic, which means it doesn't always have to be struggle love. Sometimes it
Oh,
is. Sometimes it is. But it's not always. Some people don't struggle at all. They just fall in love and life is good.
you know what that you know how you hate the N word, even though I use it like every 5 seconds.
That's why I say it.
But
I mean, that's my people.
the struggle of I hate that for the simple
Yeah,
fact when they say struggle of, they always put it on us. Like the rest of the world don't have issues
that's
in their
struggle.
relationship. So, and I think people, not you, but some of the readers that don't want to read black romance, they literally say, I can't read black romance because of struggle of. That is that right there. People live in these bubbles.
Hmm.
And it's like you from another country, but you live in the same fucking, you're on the same continent as
Yes,
me.
yes,
And
yes.
you live in this bubble where you only see black people as the struggle and everybody else is living in rainbows and shit.
Exactly.
So I that's one thing I want everybody to move away from saying struggle love, because that ain't a
It's
thing. We just having bad times, god damn it.
exactly. It's like like you said, it's ups and downs.
Yeah.
It's life. And but you're right. I think people think that, and I think that people nowadays, if you are a reader now, you are in heaven right now because there's so many of us to choose from. Like the fact that I hate almost that I write now because I don't have time to read like I used to. I want to be a part of people's conversations. I want to get in when people saying, "Oh, did you read this and that?" I don't have time to read like that anymore. So I feel like I'm left out Lamont over here. I feel, I got the FMO big time because especially when y'all start going this, on these rants about this book is coming out or this book is coming out. Everybody excited. I'm all like, oh, I got to go home and write. I can't just like I can't read it. And so I love that we are in the era where you can actually read whatever type of black romance you want to read. That
Mm,
is, if you want to read, the gritty street drama, or if you want to read the sweet love stories, or if you
yeah.
want to read the ratchet or the erotic,
Yeah.
um, you can.
That's true. Do you feel that do you feel black romance is judged differently, either more harshly or through a narrow cultural lens compared to mainstream romance?
Oh my God, yes, it is. I mean, if you just look at the numbers. Sometimes I'll go on Amazon, look at the number of reviews. If you look at white romance authors, The
Oh,
top ones. They got
everybody.
like 60, 70,000 reviews. You look at the top
Yes.
black and we all excited when they got 10,000. And that's like one or two, whoever reached that. Even Kennedy Ryan, as big as she is, she never reaches the level that these white authors reach. And she's
That's
all
true.
on Good Morning America. So it's
Mhm.
like there is a difference. There is a difference. Again, people look at, the mainstream look at their world as their world.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I-
everybody's world, and our world is just our world. When our stories are universal, when our stories are universal, we bleed
yeah.
like they bleed. We have good relationships like they do. We have bad like everyone does. So, and they think we can't make money off our books. That's still a fact.
That's the most dumbest shit ever.
These
That's
book
so
events that's been
dumb.
popping up, making money left and right, are proving everybody wrong.
I
And just the
I know for a fact. I know about 4 6 figure authors that are indies.
yes,
So
yes, no,
that's wild.
exactly. Exactly. And I think now, I do think it's a little trend now because a lot of traditional publishers are going after the indies and asking, can they republish some of their stuff?
Mm.
That's been a trend lately. I've been noticing that they've been going saying like, especially if you top seller, you selling your stuff left and right. They're
Yeah,
gonna, now they looking at you a little different because at the end of the day, money talks.
that's true. That's true. So, how do you balance the realities of our community with protecting the space for joy, sensuality, and emotional safety in your books?
That is a good balance. That is a balance that I try. My goal is that, you know, um, with certain stories is to make sure that I am doing that. I have to like I have to be like, say there is a book where, my character's going through something. Like Zuri Blues, the main character is an ex-convict. He was in jail
Mhm.
15 years. Now he's free. And so then it's about, would you date a man who was in jail for 15 years? And what would that look like? Are you focused on the man he was or the man he is now?
Right.
Um, but being realistic in how he's portrayed and not just looking at him like he's the ex-con, he's not going to amount to anything, as opposed to he did learn from being, locked up in jail, and now he's a better man because he's learned from what happened in the past, and also even what led to how the system is unfair. So all that is addressed in that. There's no way he should have 15 years, the character, how I
Yeah.
wrote it. But that's, so I try to be realistic in my stories, but also not demonize any character,
Yeah.
even when they've done some stuff that you might side eye them about, because everybody has a story and why they end up doing the things that they do.
That's true. That's true. So, what responsibility, if any, do you feel Black female romance authors carry when it comes to portraying Black men, Black women, and Black relationships?
I mean, I think it's just like, again, going back to a lot of the reality shows, show such dysfunctional black couples to me. Like I'm just, just what I see. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking about the young generation growing up, and that's what they see. Is,
Yeah.
fighting couples, cheating couples, everybody just, drama no matter what. So not that I don't have drama in my stories, not that there's never a cheater in my stories, but I do my best to show again healthy black love, or if it's not healthy, it becomes healthy by the end.
Mm,
You know, because I know everybody has issues, everybody has dramas and stuff, but it's about how can we grow healthy in love? How can we use love as a mirror so we can look at each other and be like, okay. Because sometimes you can't see yourself, but it's that person, your intimate partner might be able to look at you and be like, okay, now you need to do this and that, and then you might be able to receive it. So I
mhm.
do that. I want people, when they read my books, to come out feeling different. It's going to be
Yeah.
different from when started from when you finish.
Okay. So, how important are lists like USA Today and the New York Times bestseller list for Black authors in the larger scheme of things? Like, do these lists validate, gatekeep, restrict, or ignore what Black readers already know, that our stories are valuable, profitable, and necessary?
Ooh, that's a loaded question. It's almost like the question with the Oscars, right? Like, Do you want to be as a, actor acknowledged at the Oscars? I think
Mm,
most actors would say yes.
mm,
Um, and it's not because I'm being accepted by the white media, so therefore I matter, but it's more about exposure. Like
mm,
if you are a winner of an Oscar, people gonna know your name.
mm,
If you make the New York Times list, people gonna know your name. You're gonna be exposed to more people, which it's a business thing too. Like if you look at it strictly as a business, forget about black, white, whatever. Your name is on the New York Times list, the top 100 books in the whole country. Your name is on that list. You don't think people that never saw you, knew you, would not see that and be like, "Who is she? Or what is that book about?"
mm,
So I do think it's important, but I also it is definitely a gatekeeper for sure.
mm.
Um, so it is it something like I should, no, I'll never write again if I never get that list. No, I'm definitely not that. But I do think that to be on those lists will bring you the type of exposure that can lead to bigger opportunities.
Mm. I can see that. I can see that.
Yes. And this is not to say you can't on your own, but you have to work a little harder at it than if you are on one of those lists.
Yeah, I can see that. So let's talk about your books. Let's talk about three of them. And I want to
Okay.
start with The Side of Beautiful.
Yes.
This Side of Beautiful. Janae Warner is a woman who has lived both stardom and silence. What inspired a character whose downfall isn't just public, but psychological, emotional, and deeply internal?
Yes. Um, in my everyday life, I am a therapist. I'm a mental health specialist.
Mm,
So I wanted to, and I wanted this story is more intentional. Not that I haven't had characters in other books that dealt with mental illness in some form or fashion, but I wanted a
mm,
character where that was the focus. That
mm.
it's because I wanted you to kind of dive in. I think too many times we say we other people. That's you. That's him. That's not me. I don't have that. I don't deal with that. But I wanted people to feel for Janae, also feel for Landon. So when you're reading the story, and no people scared of this story, there's no reason to be scared because I do put a trigger warning letter at the beginning, and that
Mhm.
people are like, I gotta be ready for this. I don't know if I'm ready. It won't trigger most people. It won't. It's just a good love story, angsty love story about can two unhealthy people be healthy? Can
Mm.
love help them be healthy? Because when they start off, they pretty much are very codependent, call each other life jackets, and then as they go into their journeys, both individual and as a couple, they start to realize I got some things to work on. It
It's
is
like
a
trauma bonding
it
almost.
is. They no, they definitely trauma bond because they both
Yeah,
had very traumatic childhoods, and so they see each other and they like, hey, like she's all over the place, chaotic. He's the quiet. So she's the
yeah,
storm. He's the quiet. And initially, you're looking at her like she got the issue, and he's fine. But as the story goes on, you start to be like, something going on with him though. Like what's and then you
yeah,
hear his story. So I called it this side of beautiful because the whole point was that they're different sides of beautiful, and even your flaws are beautiful. And
yeah,
that's what I wanted to show, that as you read this story, that by the end you're like, even when things are not going right, it's a part of life, it's a part of relationships, it's still all beautiful.
yeah. I love that. I love that.
Yes.
Especially, and I say it all the time because I never hide that I have mental issues and PTSD and anger um issues from the military. So it's
And that's
always
real.
refreshing to read books like this because it's like you can relate to a lot of these characters even if your ass is in denial. Maybe you need to sit on that couch.
Yes, yes.
So Landon Hayes feels like a counterbalance, like you were saying, to Janae's chaos. Not a savior though. How intentional was it to write a black male love interest who heals through presence rather than possession?
Ooh. Oh, I love, oh, okay. Um, Most of my men are alpha men. He is probably the only, I think about my stories, he might be the only beta man. I always say he's beta but alpha about her. And
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to show. a man who can be vulnerable, who could be, who didn't quite fit in. He might be
Mm,
handsome, nice looking, talented, but he didn't quite fit in with
right.
everybody. And because of his tendency to kind of view from the outside, he could see her in ways no one else could see because he was a quiet man. He would, and he would watch her and just think about, like, he could see her, what she was
Mhm.
trying to hide from the world, he could actually see. And that struck her. Now, of course, that scared her at the same time, but it also struck her that he even cared that much,
Yeah.
um, to know that about her. So that was very intentional to create a character that's not typically the type of character I would write, especially a man. So I did that
Mhm.
intentional. I didn't want him to be an alpha. I wanted him to be quiet. I wanted him to be a, beta. And I wanted him to simply allow her to be who she was, which he did.
Yeah, I like that. Janae return to Houston is more than geographical. It's like almost spiritual.
Yes.
What does home symbolize in the story, and how does returning to the place that broke her become the catalyst to her transformation?
I really think, at least when I was writing this character, it was important that it started off in her home where she was from, because to show how broken she was. It was a big moment for her, but her family wasn't there. That was me telling you right then and there, like something happened to her that it's a big moment for her, but her family is not there. They live in the same
Mhm.
city. She's doing this big show. Her family is not there, and she's from a small family.
Mhm.
And I wanted that because I wanted her to be triggered. It's kind of like this how you test yourself. She used to be,
Mhm.
addicted to drugs or taking
Yeah.
drugs. So now she's home. That's the biggest trigger you can have is your
Yeah.
home. Because nothing hurts you like your family,
Mm.
honestly.
Yeah.
Uh, they're deeper anybody else can hurt you. And
Yeah.
so home for Janae wasn't really home. And if you notice the way that I wrote it, her found family became the band.
Mhm.
That became her family, and that's where she really got to know them or start to know them was in Houston. So it was like she found a new home with them and with Landon.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
home to me is whoever accepts you and loves you for who you are. It doesn't
Mm.
necessarily have to be your family.
I love that. So let's talk about Chicago blues.
Yes,
The Blues series, Lord have mercy.
yes,
Book one.
yes.
Chicago's emotional detachment feels like armor built from abandonment. How do black boys who grow into emotionally guarded black men inform Chicago? Yeah, inform Chicago's character arc. Like, how did that? Because what, baby?
If you read, some people could, they were like, oh my God, I don't even know I could keep this reading this book. He's awful. He's awful. He was like Kevin Samuels. Didn't know anything about Kevin Samuels.
Ooh,
May he
yes,
rest in
Lord.
peace. But that was my inspiration because I would hear Kevin Samuels. I'm like, oh my God, he drove me so crazy. So then I said, what if I wrote a story to kind of explain maybe why my thoughts about why Kevin Samuels the way he was? So I did it with Chicago. Dr. Chicago Benton, who was a psychologist. So you're looking at it like he should know better. This is what he do for a living, but he had his own scars and his own logic on why, relationships did not work between black men and black women. And so, it had to be a black woman that brought him to his knees so that he could step back and reflect on why he did the things or believed the things that he did.
He
So it was
was an
all intentional.
asshole.
Yes, 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 he was.
Girl,
He
it was
was.
a few times I had to like, who this nigga talking to?
Yep. Yes, that was a funny part because as I'm writing it, I'm like, ooh, I'm writing it like, ooh, he playing some stuff here. I'm writing it like it ain't me. I'm reading it like, ooh, that's a little harsh. That's a little harsh.
So Indigo Lyric carries ambition, trauma, and a hunger for visibility. And that's
Yeah.
something that a lot of women, and men, really endure daily. So how did you balance her artistic desire with her emotional scars without reducing her to trauma porn.
Oh,
If
that's
you
a good
get
one. Yes. That was a hard one because I know some people when you start talking about domestic violence, they judge women. Like how could you be in a, that kind of relationship? How could you allow yourself? And honestly, there are times I've judged it. Even though, definitely like my both grandmothers, especially my maternal grandmother was definitely domestic violence. My grandfather put a gun on her at one point.
wow,
Um, yeah, so definitely a bad thing. And so I wanted to show like, yes, there are men who want you to submit. And I was like, and I said, at heart, women don't mind submitting, but it got to be somebody they trust. It has to be someone they trust to lead them the right way. Just to
it's got to
submit
be
to a
that
man,
safe
just
space.
exactly, exactly. You have to create a safe space. And
Hmm.
so Indigo was like the last man she dealt with, who she submitted to, who she allowed herself to take the lead, took advantage of that. He hurt her. He destroyed a lot of who she was for a long time. So then it was like, now you meet Chicago, who has similar tendencies. So it's like, on one hand, he was triggering her. At the same time, she was attracted. So it definitely was a fine balance of uh, not looping all men together who might have some very, uh, demanding ways or alpha ways, if you will. So I really wanted to have her heal as well through Chicago.
Yeah,
They were healing each other for
I
sure.
just I just want you to know I'm not a crackhead. I'm just sweating because I got a fever.
I know. Well, you're telling the world because I know that's why you sweat. I know because it's like you're trying to get the fever is breaking.
So that's
You say I'm
it.
not a
Yeah, I'm
crackhead.
not a crackhead, y'all. Just I got the flu. Sweating it out.
Yes, yes,
Um, so the book deals with mental illness and domestic violence without
yes.
sensationalizing it.
Yep.
How do you approach heavy themes in romance without losing the tenderness and hope that the genre promotes?
That is for me. I think this is my okay. Honestly, I think I do a good job of doing that. But what I believe is that once readers know what it's about, they get scared, and so they won't give it a
Mm-hmm.
chance. I think they do. They're like, oh my gosh, he's his mom got schizophrenia with Chicago Blues, in that his mom has schizophrenia.
Mm-hmm.
Or this side of beautiful, we know that Janae has bipolar, and we're not sure what Landon has. I want people to see themselves in these characters. This is every
Mm-hmm.
day. This is every day. People dealing with something every single day. And I think we try to act
Absolutely.
like it's not me, that's them. I'm good. I don't have anything. So when I'm writing with the reality of this is a person who happens to have this. So
Mm.
it's not going to be a whole book of, they doing stuff that's out of box. They're going to have moments where life is normal, everything is good. I'm having fun. Life is fun. And then there's going to be times when it's not so fun.
Yeah.
But
I,
but go ahead.
no, no, go ahead.
But my goal overall is that at the end of the day, it's a good love story that you feel like you leave feeling you smiling. It's still a romance. It's not contemporary women's fiction. It's a romance. And if you read romance, you know it's always going to end in happily ever after or happily for now. Because I've had people in the middle of reading one of my books, please say they're gonna be together, please say they're gonna get together. And I'm like, I just keep reading, keep reading. I'll remind you it's the romance. And they're like, okay.
Yeah, because I was questioning Chicago. I was like, I don't even know how this is gonna be a happily ever after. Because Lord
It is.
Jesus.
It's a journey. It's a journey for everybody. And often I have the end of the book first before I even do the rest of the story. The ending is sometimes what I write first, and then I get to
That's
it.
crazy. Because
Yeah,
I was ready to chuck his ass out the damn book. For real.
I
Uh,
believe you. I've heard people say they could not. He was a hard character,
he
but I
the
hope by the end you had a little heart for Chicago.
I did, there has only been one author who she has told me you're gonna love him in this book, and that's Mo Flames. And
I
she
love
wrote
Mo.
that
Yes,
damn character Troy.
she gave me that book. I got to read it because I keep hearing, because I hadn't heard so many people say they did not like, so I got to read it. And when I, she's such a cool person, and I met her, I got a chance to meet her.
That's boo. I love Mo. But me and
Yes,
her will
yes,
argue down every time we in person and see we is arguing about Troy and A. Ron.
yes,
So yeah. But let's talk about Zuri's Blues.
yes. That's
Okay.
my latest. Yes.
Zuri is independent to the point of emotional self exile. I felt that in my fucking soul. That is me. That is me to a T. What does
Hmm.
her relationship arc say about Black women who learn to love only after they finally feel safe? That is me.
That is what I wanted to show. I wanted to show it is okay to be single if this person does not, because I think too many times we feel like something wrong with us if we're single. So we're gonna catch the first train that comes down the lane, as opposed to it needs to be healthy. It needs to be right. It needs to make you feel safe. Life is too hard out there. So, getting caught up with someone that doesn't make you feel those things just because you don't want to be by yourself makes no sense to me.
And it's a
I
lot of
get it.
psychopaths out here.
Yes, there's a lot of psychopaths that take advantage of women who just really want to be loved. I've
Yeah.
seen so, and that's what I said. I don't want to call any woman who falls for a man weak or just stupid, anything like that. Because at the end of the day, she just want to be loved, and she might have made a bad choice because she wanted love,
Yeah.
or even men for that matter. I don't want to make it seem like it's just because men get hurt by women too. So I'm not just trying to say
Yeah.
it's one or the other, but yeah. So that is when we meet, this is what's happening with Zuri. You're absolutely right. She is like she has her moments of loneliness, but she's like at the same time, it has to be right.
Because I know my husband had to fight. He had to fight all his life for my ass. Because I wasn't going. I did everything but say I was his girlfriend.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, Elias enters the story with a past that many would deem disqualifying. What made you choose redemption, not reinvention, as the foundation of his love journey?
Redemption, not reinvention. Okay. Because honestly, I think that um redemption comes first if you're going to be
Mm,
true to who you are. I don't think you can reinvent without having some redemption or some forgiveness to others and yourself for what you did in the past. Otherwise, you're
yeah.
just being fake. Otherwise, you're just saying, "Oh, I'm gonna be a new person now." And no. And
Yeah.
initially, it did seem like he was trying to reinvent himself when he wouldn't really tell her what was happening. So it's like, I just have this life, like, oh, I just kind of floated around, bounced around. I'm like, no, sir, you were in prison for 15 years. So that's something big you need to tell people, and not I kept bouncing around. Um, and he was reinventing himself because he was so afraid of losing her.
Yeah.
And but I wanted to show that's why it was two POVs because I wanted to show you that if you're reading his side, he's not really trying to he just wants to be accepted for who he is now
Yeah.
and not judged for his past.
Yeah.
Especially for someone like Zuri, who, is a professional woman looking a certain way, and he's like, I'm a thug from the street. So I don't know if she's ultimately going to be able to receive who I am. All of me, I should say.
It was to me, it was like, I also was thinking, you got to give people the option to say no.
You do.
You got to give people
You
the
do.
option to say no. They
You do.
either are going to accept it or they're going to be like, nah, this is not for me. Because hiding it makes it worse. Because
Agreed.
then some shit can pop off and then you like, oh shit, see what happened was I was in jail for 15 years.
Yes.
So, yeah,
Yes. Yes, which is why Chicago told him that. Chicago's like, you gotta tell her the truth. Like you keep saying you're this honest guy. If she doesn't know the whole truth, then you're not honest.
exactly.
You
So,
have to.
so love becomes inevitable. between two people who don't believe they deserve it. Because they both, Lord, frustrating as hell, did not believe they deserved it, which was,
Yes.
yeah. Is this book an argument that sometimes love is the only thing strong enough to rebuild what life has tried to ruin, you think?
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I like how you put it, but it it is. I do think given the right circumstances, love is healing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's not that love does not heal all. So no, I'm not going around saying that it does not, because I know people who've been going through stuff. They find somebody like, oh, good, my life is going to be better, and then they like, why am I still suffering? I'm like, because you just fell in love. It didn't change. It didn't
Yeah.
change everything you were dealing with before. You just may not be lonely, but you still have whatever issues that you had, and hopefully it's
Yeah.
a healthy relationship. So at least it makes it better, whatever you're
That,
going through.
that
But
part.
yeah, but it doesn't. So, but I do think the right kind of love will help you. Like
Yeah.
there's research out there that says you're better off single if you're not in a healthy relationship.
Yeah,
Period.
because it'll make you die sooner.
Exactly. You live longer if you're on a healthy marriage than everybody else. But if you're in a dysfunctional one, you will die before everyone else. So it's like, yeah, if you're not in a healthy one, you might as well stay single or
For
go or be single again. If you're in one and you're like, wait, if I got to sit in my car, I don't want to go in the house. If I'm just sitting there looking out the window because I'm scared or don't want to get in the house, not the one.
I tell everybody, my house is my safe space. Even though my husband
Exactly.
sometimes want to chuck his ass to fucking Alaska, I still love the big motherfucker.
Exactly. Yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
So, which book in your collection is your favorite, and which plot haunts you in the best way, and why?
That's a hard one. I'm like one. And I know I've talked to other artists too. That's a hard one to say. All of them are my book babies, and I love
Yeah,
them for different. I love them for different reasons. It's like your child. You know how you be like, I love this one for this reason, love that one for this one. Um, that's a hard one. I'll be honest with you. Like, and I'm sitting there thinking because there are some. Mm, 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 mm. Um, And the other, yeah, I really, it depends on what you like reading. Like for me, that was, I guess that stands out to me. It's probably my Forbidden series, just because of the nature of it, the love triangle.
yeah.
Um, that I based on the Black Panther. I got it from Chadwick and Michael B. I mean, from that, that came
Yeah.
from that movie. That was my
Oh,
inspiration. It was supposed to be like Killmonger and Black Panther. So it was
oh,
like a fan fiction of that, if you will.
okay.
I used their real life middle names for the characters, like Bakari and Aaron, and that is Chadwick's middle name and Michael B. Jordan's middle name.
Oh
So
shit.
yes, yeah, I know. That's what I said. That was like that. So that actually was a story that was inspired by that movie and the love triangle that was crazy.
Okay.
Um, but again, I'm not saying necessarily it is one of my faves.
Yeah.
Because it had meaning behind it. Of course, when Chadwick died, so that, of course, that's why I was like, it's so special to me.
Oh,
But yeah, so I would say, yeah, if I had to say one, it would probably be that one, that series.
okay. So, how much of Ty lives in these characters? Are they echoes of your past, fragments of your imagination, or reflections of who you wish we could all be?
Oh, that's a good one. I would say pretty much a little bit of all. Like in this side of beautiful, I am Dr. K. Like people like who know me, like that was you, wasn't it? Yes, I am Dr. K.
Oh,
Um, yes. So the psychologist that's in this side of beautiful is because I've worked with people who have bipolar. That is
mhm,
what I would give advice. People who use substances. So that was me.
mhm.
Um, in the end game, that was not me because the psychologist who had an affair with her client. That was not me. Uh, and I teach, and there's one of my books. I'm a professor has an affair with a student, not me. Uh, so yeah, so some of it is just like parts of me. Like there are certain stories that I'm like, my friends will read some of my stories and they'd be like, oh, they can see themselves in some of the characters. Like, was that about me? Was that me? And in some cases, yeah, it was. In other cases, no, it's just a combination of just how I see women or how I see men.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Okay.
definitely would love people to be, of course, more like my characters where you healing. Nobody's perfect. And
Yeah.
they're not, everybody don't start off strong, women or strong men who don't make mistakes. They're all perfectly flawed.
True. What has been you're with Black Odyssey right now, right?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's gonna be a fun book, y'all. But anyway, but yes.
What has been being traditionally published provided the indie publishing couldn't, and vice versa.
Ooh. Yeah, because I've been in the mix is now I'm considered hybrid.
Okay.
Indie, of course, you have complete control from the beginning to end, where it's like, hey, I want it when it dropped, this is how I want it to be. So you do have that complete freedom. What traditional does, of course, is expose you to more. Because now, my book could be, my book when it drops, and be in Walmart, Target, Barnes and Nobles. And now, like at the indie, you might find my books in, smaller bookstores or I would have to make a special request by one in a bigger bookstore. Definitely, those major retailers are not going to carry it.
Yeah,
But the Black Odyssey is going to be everywhere. The
I
book will
love
be
that.
everywhere. So it exposes it. I look at it like I like both. I like both worlds. I can say I want this control. I can say what I want. And then I'm
Yeah,
okay sometimes letting go of that control and let somebody else say, what about this? What about that? I'm not such a control freak. I can't take a, suggestion like, what about this character? Make this character a little bit like this.
yeah,
Especially with someone like Black Odyssey, which they're, black owned, black woman owned. It I'm not having an argument about at least blackness. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
it's just more or less like enhance that character. Maybe he wouldn't say that, as opposed to change his whole character, if you will.
So, what is the one intangible thing, the signature that makes Tiye Love's universe unmistakably yours? Yeah, yeah. That's the question.
Yes. Emotional angsty.
Mm,
You will. All of my stories are very you will feel something. Even in my more lighter stories, you're going to feel something at some point, whether you want, and honestly, you're going to tear up at some point.
mm. Okay, okay. What do you want to see happen in Black publishing structurally, creatively, financially over the next decade?
I would love for companies like Black Odyssey, Honey Blossom Press, which is also a small Black woman owned that did This Side of Beautiful, Riff and Refrains, and Resonant Solace, or Solace, depending on how you want to say it. I would love that they have the opportunities that the bigger publishers like Forever and Bramble and all of those have, the kind of money and support that those bigger companies have. I am
Mm,
hopeful and prayerful that companies like these Black woman owned or that, can thrive and and survive, not just survive but thrive and really be able to offer the kind of money making deals so that people don't feel like they need to go to Bramble or Forever or for whoever, that we have the exact same exposure, the
yeah.
exact same opportunities. So that's my hope, is that because it's been such a these last couple of years, I would say I've seen Black romance just explode in ways that it's a lot of bad stuff happening too in the Black romance world, but it's
Mm.
also a lot of good. So I'm hoping, I'm prayerful, next 10 years, it's going to be just amazing, just amazing opportunities for everyone.
Okay. What advice do you have for new writers who are terrified, overwhelmed, excited, and unsure all at the same time about getting out there.
I tell you, for every book that I drop, I feel it's all those emotions. It does not change. I have like at least 50 books now. And I swear to you, every single drop, even if it's a small one, I'm always like, oh my God, will people like it? Will people like it? And then I brush it off and say, as long as you like it, just let it go. So my
Yeah.
advice to any writer is just do it. Just
Yep.
do it. Let it go. Put it out there. People like it. They don't, they don't. You'll have a good review. Somebody will love your book. And then 2 minutes later, somebody will be like, that was hard. That was trash. And if you only look at the ones that said that, that negative, then you are hurting yourself.
Mm.
Just right. If that's what's in your heart, just right. That's
What's
it.
What's next for you?
Next, I have a Christmas book that's just I'm gonna drop at some point. This is the benefit of being in India. I'm like I love Christmas, so I was like I'm just gonna drop a Christmas one. There's no fanfare, no pre-order. I'll drop it probably in a week or so. It's a novella. Whether people pick it up or not, I just wanted to write it, so it's going out there.
Is it
It's a
connected
novella.
to any of the worlds?
It is. It's connected. It's connected to the Messy series, which was big on Ken Vella. It is connected, but you don't necessarily have to read the Messy series to read this one. But if you have, you'll know. You'll when you read, you'll be like, oh, that's him. Okay, if you've read that series, it will pick up. But it's not. I don't want people to feel like, oh, I got to go back to read this one
Yeah.
because it's really just a short Christmas, steamy, sexy, angsty story.
Girl,
Yeah,
you do angst so fucking well. Cause
thank you.
you be having me ready to just just flip all this shit over. Cause I was matter of fact, I was in the I, hey, don't judge me. I was in
Won't
the
judge.
ER this morning, and I was finishing up Zuri's book, and I was just like, you know, I just feel like she just like fucking with us. I feel like, and I'm saying this out loud, and I'm laying in the bed and got the damn breathing nebulizer thing on my mouth, and I'm pulled it off like I don't even know what the fuck. And the doctor is looking at me like, what the fuck? I'm like, it's this. Yo. He was
I
like,
I
but
can't believe I
yes.
can't, you in the ER this morning,
Yeah.
man.
Because the reason
Uh,
because I went to the ER this morning was because the first 4 days of the flu, I couldn't even get out of bed. I couldn't even if my husband touched me, it hurt.
got you.
So today was the first day that I could actually move.
Wow. Well, I definitely appreciate you doing this interview with me because I definitely would have completely understood if you like, Ty, we need to postpone. Bless you. That we need to postpone. I would have been definitely understanding. But thank you. Thank you.
I
Oh,
know
go ahead.
I know I'm gonna get cussed out after this by my friend group because they told me to keep my ass in bed, but I really wanted to talk to you. So yeah,
Oh,
shit.
but can I say this is you did such a good job with these questions. It was deeper. And don't get me wrong, I love interviews. I love just talking, chatting.
Mm-hmm.
But you went there with some of these questions, and I think that you you definitely are showing why Black romance is relevant and why it's needed and why
Aw.
it should be there.
I appreciate that. I mean, when I interview y'all, I really, oh god, I really read your books, and I guess that's why everybody call me the hood intellect because they say I do the SAT questions because I really analyze it because my brain works that way. It's part of the disorder I have. So my brain literally breaks down everything. So it makes me have these questions
Hmm.
logically. I'm constantly logically thinking of questions to ask because it's like even though you wrote it, but I'll be like, what about the undercurrent art? What about this? What about that? So yeah, I try not to go too deep sometimes because sometimes I don't even ask all the questions that I really be wanting to ask.
Shoot, I tell you, go for it. You never often like answering these kind of questions. At least I think most authors do.
You're you're not all artists.
Okay, okay.
No,
I said,
they be
okay.
looking at
She's
me
like,
like,
nah.
what the fuck you just? What is that? I didn't even know that was in the book. Like, what? You wrote it? Fuck. Oh,
That is funny.
but
Yes.
so what upcoming book events do you have coming up?
Um, I have a small event that's happening in Houston for me. It's a masquerade, um, a Masquerading Kisses event in Houston. So if you're in Houston, it's like a small, probably be like 20, 25 of us where we're going to be doing making masks, going to learn some bounce because it's going to be New Orleans based, even though we're in Houston. So definitely, if you want to be a part of it, reach out, send an email. Elise is hosting this
Hmm.
event, and I'm excited about what she's going to do with it. After that, is Black Romance Festival in Atlanta. I went
I see
last year and it
you
was
there.
unbelievable. Um, oh, go ahead.
I see you there. I'm one of the moderators for something. I don't know what I'm moderating.
Love it. Well, good. I would love to meet you in person. Yes, I will be there. Yes, yes. I'm glad I know. So I'm be looking for you because otherwise I might be not see people because I don't have I need to wear my glasses more. I can't see the distance. You might have passed me up and I'm not being funny. I just couldn't see you. And then One Love in New Orleans. I've been going to that forever. I'm looking forward to that, especially in New Orleans. It's my city, so I'm
Mm.
excited about it. And then doing a lot of promo. We hadn't decided yet all the promo for Madly Driven, my F1 book that's coming out. I'm so excited about that. Now that people are looking at F1 again, or at least for the first time, so I'm excited to see what happens with
Mm.
this story. This story is sexy. It's some angst in it, but it's not as there's some problems, but it's not as it's I think people will like
Child,
it. I think people not just like it, I think they will love it. I'm looking forward to what people think about Madly Driven.
don't let me label your ass the king queen of the chaos just like Mo ass, man.
Now Mo gonna keep that late.
Chaotic. Um, so where can we
Yes.
buy every book you have before um with the signatures or without the signatures?
Yes. I mean if you want definitely you go to Tiye Love Books, that's my website. If you want any books, there should be a link. Yes, I should have a link on my website if you want any signed paperbacks.
Mm.
And of course, you can always message me just on my Instagram if you're like, hey, I would love to have this book signed. I'll let you know how much it costs. Send it to you. I always send a little gift with it when I do.
Mm.
Any of my books are on Amazon, a couple, or on Barnes and Nobles as well. Um, and then Madly Driven is going to be everywhere soon.
Mm.
So looking
Okay.
forward to it.
Drop your. I saw what you said. I promise. I'm finna wrap up the interview now and go back
Yes, no, I
to bed.
get yes. AA must be your friend. She like, girl, you need to go lay down and be yes. Yes, get you some
That's big sis. She's like, get your ass back in bed. Um, drop your socials and your website again so people know where to follow you.
yes. So people know where to follow me. This is my
Oh.
as my website,
Whew.
my IG,
Okay.
and my TikTok. Everything is like around Ty. So long as you spell Ty right, Ty Love, add that in there. You should be you should be good to go. And yes. Oh, and one last thing, it's like a little trilogy that's coming out that's with Delaney Diamond and Cynthia Williams is going to be on Single Dad. It's a novella that's dropping in March. It's a single dad and a single dad collab. So it's going to be fun about three frat brothers
Oh
suddenly
God,
become who suddenly become fathers.
that frat brothers. What? Please tell me what frat?
We're not going to, it's based off alphas, but we're not going to,
Oh God.
let me just say, like, Q's they too doggish. So we was like, okay, we got to come up with, hope I'm not getting in trouble by saying this, but yes.
I mean, my husband an alpha, so
Oh, well, yeah, well, yeah.
yeah.
Who felt like, alpha might be, they got some dogs in there too, of course, but
Dude.
overall,
Uh, so I'm finna do your outro, and
yes.
I am finna go lay down. Go lay down. Um, Tonight you've given us more than answers. You've given us a blueprint, truth, softness, and the kind of love that Black romance deserves. Your characters aren't just ink; they're mirrors, invitations, confirmations that Black love is not a trope, not a trend, and definitely not an accident. It is legacy, it's reclamation, it is beauty. Thank you for reminding us that before the world loved us loudly, we learned to love ourselves quietly. And somewhere in that space, stories like yours were born. And as I always say, stay loved, stay loud, and stay Black on motherfucking purpose.
Oh, oh my gosh. I had to do that. Wow. You
Whew,
killing
Jesus.
it. You killing it. Now, yes, so definitely. What'd you call yourself? The
They
ghetto
call,
intellect? What was that?
no, they call me the hood intellect.
The hood intellect. The hood intellect.
Yeah. Yo.
I'm just gonna call you Black woman.
This is my passion. I love podcasting. I like interviewing authors. So every author is is different, but every question is different
Yeah.
based
Yes.
on the author. So, but I
Yes.
appreciate you. I'm finna go lay
Appreciate
down
you.
because this fever
Yes.
is kicking my ass right now.
Okay. Well, I definitely pray that you will be back to yourself very
Me
soon.
too. Oh
All
yeah.
right.
Jesus. Before I go, my debut book drops tomorrow.
Wait. Name?
Uh, Shadows of Forever by Author Storm.
Shadows. Okay.
Uh,
Is it
Shadows
is
of
it
Forever.
pre-order or is it dropping?
It's still pre-order, but it drops tomorrow
Okay.
on the 10th. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm about to snatch it.
Lord Jesus. Well, I hope you enjoy it.
I'm
So,
excited. Please, the way you just did my intro and outro, I'm sure I will.
well, there's a difference between doing an intro and outro and a blog and Substack post compared to writing a book. So
Well, congrats. Congrats on your debut. I'm glad that you went ahead and did it and keep writing.
I hope I do. First, I gotta get past this damn cold. But
Yes.
thank you, and I will uh, talk to you later. I can't wait to see you at the Black Romance Festival.
All right. You take it easy.
All right, bye.